Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. This is the chart, the full moon, 15th of December 2024, set for London at 9 in the morning. So, in other words, you won't be seeing that moon, it's too early in the day. But you would have seen it the night before. And that's why it's a very important full moon. The moon is in Gemini. The sun is in Sagittarius, and we have a very powerful trine, a flow of energy from Mercury, the messenger that rules Gemini, and Mars retrograde at the moment in Leo. The S next to Mercury means it's station. So Mercury went forward after being retrograde for, it was only 3 weeks, it felt like a lot longer, and it now is moving forward in the sky. When a planet is retrograde, it's closest to the Earth. We won't see Mercury. It's so close to the sun, always, virtually impossible to see it. But what we did see was Jupiter, close to that full moon. The people often say, well, what is it? What is that star, underneath the moon? And it actually is not a star, it's a planet. So Jupiter currently is retrograde, closest to the Earth. Mars is retrograde, the same thing, close to the Earth. And now finally Mercury is moving forward. The energy is interesting right now. First of all, let's look. We've got a trine, a flow of energy with Mercury and Mars, extremely positive for moving forward with communications, albeit Mars is retrograde. Mars in Leo. Leo is to do with kings, rulers, leaders, world leaders. Notice the news. We have seen the fall, the downfall of certain leaders at this time. We have also, at this full moon, I'm looking at the midheaven actually of this chart. Scorpio is the midheaven, the highest point in the sky, except for London, okay? And I'm mentioning in my newsletter that Aquarius, Pluto now in Aquarius, people are talking about, oh, it's going to be really important for Scorpio. Well, yes and no. It's going to be a very long journey of Pluto in Aquarius. So I always say, please don't get worried about this. You've had a little taste of it earlier this year in 2024. And Pluto is the god of the underworld. It's the unconscious. So it is to do with huge, and I mean that, transformations. And so many of us have got a planet in Scorpio. I've got a whole list on my website for you to find out if you're one of those people and what planet it is. So depending on how old you are, you might well have experienced Pluto going through Scorpio. And we had, of course, at that time, 1983, 1996, we had the AIDS crisis, huge. We had a lot of healing, actually, because people were contacting, lots of history, I won't go into it now, but there was a lot of healing there. But it is about big, deep transformations with an outer planet connecting to the world. It's not personal, don't take it personally as such. We need to recognize the change that is going on for all of us. There's Uranus still in Taurus, she says. So Uranus is definitely activating Scorpio energy right now. It's opposite. It is. I want to also notice the nodes of the moon. They go backwards. They're to do with the eclipses. So the south node is in Libra. The north node is in Aries. And they will be changing sign quite soon. So there's a big shift that's about to happen. Also, what's going to be happening in the new year, Venus will move into Pisces, where it is exalted, and it will go retrograde. This happens about every 18 months, but it's a big shift. Venus currently is an evening star. I can just see that easily. The sun is moving. This is the east, that's the west. The sun moves around, blah, 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 it sets, and then Venus is still going to be visible. It's an evening star, And when it goes retrograde, it will change, metamorphosize somehow into the morning star. That's a big event in terms of personal astrology. We also have got a difficulty, which has been a theme for the year, really. There's Saturn in Pisces, and there's Jupiter in Gemini, and they are making a square. They are challenging. Saturn wants to be real, but it's in Pisces, a very unreal sign. Jupiter is in Gemini. It's not a sign it's happy in. We call it happy. But there is an exchange of energy with Jupiter and Mercury. They're in each other's signs. So I talk about this a lot, how Mercury wants detail, but it's in the sign of Sagittarius, the big picture, and Jupiter's doing the opposite. It normally wants the big picture, but it's in the sign of detail. So in other words, we need to integrate, and I suggest write down your vision. I did that when I was looking for somewhere to live. And right from the beginning, my thought was, I've moved from Hove, by the way, from 21 years on the south coast of the UK, and I moved along the coast to Eastbourne. And I really like Eastbourne, and it feels it's something new, of course it is, but I specifically like the energy of Eastbourne. I'm yet, interesting, to visit the seaside in Eastbourne. However, I did earlier on in the year when I was looking. But where I am, I'm up on a hill, so I have a great view, beautiful view. And that's something that I have never had in Hove. I was very much on the ground. So now I get the sun shining on me during the day, I do. And my beloved pussycat Freddie has now arrived with the help of a good friend, and he's very happy. He's very happy. And that, of course, is vitally important. So Father Christmas came to visit in this road. I couldn't believe, I suddenly thought, what's that noise? What's that noise? And there it was on Saturday night. And I was like, wow, bowled over. I've only ever experienced that once in my entire life when I lived in East Sheen. So that's joy for you. You know, no one was collecting money. I don't know why they were doing it, but anyhow, it really made me laugh and joyful. And that's my message to you with the angel of Christmas, is to, at the holiday season, I have to add, it's not just Christmas for everyone, it depends on your religion, but that feeling of being blessed, being connected to your angel or angels, your guides. And today someone reminded me the angel of communication is, of course, Archangel Gabriel, or Gabriel, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So that's my blessing for you. I've extended my special offer on a consultation because I've had so many glitches with Mercury retrograde. And I thought, oh, let's open it up until the end of the year. So instead of £108, I'm only charging £88. It's in-depth, it's 90 minutes, and I often offer a process card to look at something, whatever is going on for you on a deeper level. So I welcome you at this beautiful full moon energy with Jupiter's blessing. Thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com.